You are watching the Corvid Communications corporate broadcast. Tonight's presentation will begin shortly. On behalf of the Corvid Communications Broadcasting Corporation, we thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. Our feature presentation will begin shortly. Our mascot, Corvus the Crow, will keep you company as you wait for the broadcast. He may even speak, if given the proper motivation. Corvid Communications broadcast will begin shortly. An ad break may be running at this time. Please feel free to step away and take care of things, or grab yourself a snack. We will still be here when you get back. Corvid Communications will be right back after a word from our sponsors. Communications Incorporated hope that you are having a wonderful evening. Our feature presentation will begin shortly. We now return to our feature presentation.
I just realized I was muted all that time. Welcome everyone to the Corvid Communications Executive Stream. As always, I am Calvin Cawthorn, CEO of Corvid Communications Incorporated, and host of the Corvid Communications Twitch channel and the Calvin Cawthorn VTuber YouTube channel. You may be watching me upon one of those platforms, of which there are two. I don't know why I felt the need to specify that, but yes, there are two platforms that I stream on. I stream on both of them. I simultaneously stream on both of them. So, welcome in. We have a little bit to cover before we begin. Just to go over how this is going to work today. Yes, it's going to be a very simple co-working stream just because I really would like to get back into writing again, because I would like to produce more episodes for the ARC Files, which is a podcast that features our resident supernatural hunting organization that is chronically underfunded and understaffed. Anyway, so that is what I'm going to be working on tonight. Well, I have Spirit sitting in the background. That way there's at least something visually going on. That's kind of the issue with writing compared to other artistic mediums if you want to do them on stream. It's not the most visually interesting, and then of course there's the issue of I would like to kind of keep the contents of the episode under wraps. because I would like it to be a surprise what it contains. So there's also that. But before that, we have a couple of announcements. For starters, we are going to announce the winner of the Unfinished Business Poll for summer of 2026. So, for those of you who don't know, Unfinished Business is the segment where I return to a game I have played on stream but have not finished yet. And by finished, I mean beat. I don't mean completed. We're not here to do completionism here. I mean finish the main quest to the point where there's just not really much worth doing. At least on stream. So, the sites were on Discord, Blue Sky, Twitter, and YouTube. And the polls have been closed as of, I think it was Friday of last week, if I'm not mistaken. Friday or Saturday, one of those days. It closed recently. That much I know. So, they were on Discord, Blue Sky, Twitter, and YouTube. And as you can see, they were a dead heat. Pretty much until a couple of votes on Twitter and Discord cinched the victory for Graveyard Keeper. That is our winner. That is the Unfinished Business game we shall be playing starting next month in June. So, I will probably announce the winner of both polls later tonight. That way, everyone is now aware of who won, because I realized last week I did not announce the winner of the shareholder selection poll, which was... What was it? Oh, right. It was Nightingale. So, as for later this week, we are going to be playing Yakuza 0 on Friday. That is what we are going to be doing tonight. I'm going to get Little Cawthorn on screen because he is home, meaning that we might have a couple of little interruptions. And as usual for Tuesday currently, I am going to be doing streams only about an hour tonight just because I want to make sure that I am not neglecting anything in my personal life currently, because my son and my wife do demand my attention as both a husband and a father, so my duty is to them first. And on Tuesday, I don't know what we're going to be doing yet. I should probably... Maybe we'll play No Man's Sky. Maybe we'll play No Man's Sky next Friday, because I'm feeling like a relaxing game. And, as I always promise, just because something doesn't win the poll doesn't mean we won't be playing it. Plus, I want to share that experience with someone because I like No Man's Sky. I like it a lot. I've been playing it a lot in my free time. Anyway, let's get to the game. I would like to get to writing. Welcome in, everyone. We're going to go ahead and mute my theme here. We're going to get some nice soundscapes going. Don't want deep sea echoes. They got any fall-related noise? I'll take that. Rustling leaves. And let's go ahead and see if we can find a good hiatus. That's not what we're looking for. Spooky melodies. Something in the unknown. You know, if I find out there's AI music on this game, I'm going to be very disappointed. Although, of course, the other thing is I can't really, use personal playlists, because I actually have a few instrumental playlists on my feed. Can you all hear that okay still? Yeah, I think. Besides, I can crank it up if it's too quiet on your end. What I can't do is make sure it's not overly loud on my end. There we go. Alright, we are going to set a little timer here. We're going to work in 15-minute intervals currently just because, well, we only have about an hour to work with, so let us do it, chat. Let us begin. Hope everyone's doing well. I am going to go ahead and drag this over here, and it's going to be of utmost importance that I have mixed it up visible so that I can see what's going on. I'm just going to put it over here because for some reason this monitor on that I have OBS on likes to droop a little bit, which makes it kind of hard to read when I'm writing sometimes. Here we go. Also, if you are curious at all of what this particular episode I'm writing is going to be about, as a person who grew up Mormon, I have had many times in my life exposure to the blight upon society that is known as multi-level marketing. It is not something I am a fan of. It is something I often make fun of. In fact, I have a decal I still need to put on my car that says MLMs give me the ick. Ah. Backspace. But yes, odds are probably going to be a lot of just typing. Ominous looming in the corner. Am I the ominous one looming in the corner, or are you the ominous one looming in the corner, Realm of Light? By the way, welcome in. Glad to see you. Hope you're well. I'm the one ominously in the corner. By the way, I like these new... I got the Garden DLC, and I really like that they added some vests, because now I can make my Spirit City guy look just a little closer to how I dress. A shirt, a tie, a lovely vest underneath, because it's freaking hot here. I'm taking off the jacket. It's stuffy. Finally free from college, feeling a lot better now. Congratulations! But yes, I have been all right. Actually, something's been going on in my life. So we may be doing stream at a different time than our usual schedule for Friday, and that is because I am going to be taking my son to have him assessed for autism recently. Because I think I've mentioned multiple times, I myself have suspected that I myself am autistic, and also my son has exhibited some behaviors that make me wonder if he too may be autistic. And I myself am not getting myself diagnosed just because every time I've tried in the past, I've wound up losing my health insurance, which then makes it prohibitively expensive to get assessed. Because healthcare in the United States is horrible. Yeah, well, here's the thing, okay? I've actually told a lot of people at work about this, and they're like, well, if he does, I'm sorry. And I mean, it's like, why? I myself am probably autistic. Like, I have been... So, I'm 31, okay? And I have been wondering about that about myself since high school. Like, early high school, because I was like, why am I so strange compared to other people? And I realized it probably was that, but again, I've tried, but at this point, if he gets confirmed to have it, I'm like, well, we know where he got that from, probably me. But he's just exhibited a lot of behaviors that kind of seem indicative that he may be autistic. For example, he tends to repeat phrases a lot, unprompted, that we did not teach him. Like, there was one, and mind you, he can talk, but there was one day, like, we were shopping, and he just kept repeating, "Gaga," over and over and over again. It was a little annoying, not gonna lie, but also, like, he's saying it, so, you know. He's my son, I love him. And then, of course, sometimes he has little verbal tics that seem to enhance his senses. Like, for example, for the past 2 or 3 weeks or so, since the pizza thing, since the time where he was like, I want pizza tonight, He has like ended almost all of his sentences where he's asked for things or mentioned something about himself. He's added today at the end of it. Like the other day, he was like, "I want chicken nugget today," or "I want a graham cracker today." And then I want to go to the jungle gym today. I was diagnosed as autistic when I was young, so strange has just been, yeah, me too. That's why I've been suspecting. But anyway, so he's been saying stuff like, I want to go to the jungle gym today. So I took him to the jungle gym, as the good dad I am, and I wanted to burn off some energy so that he sleeps and naps, like he's supposed to at daycare. And then about an hour later, when I was getting ready to take him home, he walks up to me and is like, "I'm tired today." So so I'm just like, And then, and then there's other stuff too. It's not just verbal stuff. Like, so I have a small collection of amiibos because as a bit of a Nintendo fanboy since my youth, I have a small collection of amiibo toys that I like, that I keep in a drawer to keep them out of a certain little toddler's hands and out of his sight so he does not remember that they are there. The effect has been mixed, to say the least. But I had been cooking dinner on the second floor of my house. I live in a 3-story townhouse. Kitchen and office space are in the middle floor. Both ours and our son's bedroom is on the upper floor. Our living room and garage are in the downstairs. But anyway, I come downstairs because I put on a show for him so he's distracted. That way he doesn't try to get between me and the counter while I'm cooking, which is dangerous for him because he could get burned or I could drop something. Yes, at the very... Exactly. That's why we're doing this. Because like I said, I suspect I'm autistic. I never was diagnosed because my parents refused to get me assessed, even though my teachers encouraged them to do so. And that makes sure I can get him the help he needs and support and more understanding of it than I received. So, as I was saying, he took all of the amiibos out of the drawer I kept them in, and when I came down, he had lined them up, like, completely in a line, all of them facing the couch. Like, the backs were facing the TV, the front was facing towards the couch, and they were all perfectly aligned. Like, he had set them up there just to display. I mean, I looked at that and I was like, you know what, I was a little upset he touched my amiibos, but I was just looking at how perfectly aligned them. I was like, I'm not even mad. Because that's this thing. It's like, I don't mind if he wants to play with them. I just feel like he's a little young to really, like, have the whole control over himself to the degree that he's not going to break it. It's also why I keep a lot of my video game stuff out of his hands. Like I said, I will be happy as can be if he picks up video games, because I would love to share that with him, because I've loved video games since I was not too much older than him. I was 3 when I first played an N64. 3 or 4. Somewhere around that range. And if I could share that with him, that's just great. That is a wonderful thing. I can share with him the things I enjoyed when I was a kid. And judging by the fact that streaming is one of my primary hobbies these days, it's also something I still enjoy. Oh, I was getting straight. I'm gonna write some more. I have been getting distracted. Actually, speaking of MLMs, one of my biggest pet peeves about them is like, so they tend to be very prevalent in religious communities, Mormonism especially. And they tend to prey upon... Oh, yeah, I hate MLMs. In fact, that is the subject of the episode I am writing for my little ARC podcast. ARC is the Arcane Research Commission. They are the sort of an SCP slash X-Files XP in the world in which Corvid Communications exists. They are, however, the twist being that unlike the X-Files organization or the SCP Foundation, they don't have unlimited resources. In fact, they are incredibly underfunded and understaffed. So they don't have the resources to take on all of the monstrous corporations that exist in the world in their world. The best they can do, for the most part, is litigation, keeping them tied up in endless lawsuits. Because they don't have the resources to, basically kick down the door and contain things. So this is a log of files that have been made. Sometimes they win, but more often than not, they don't. Or they know what's going on enough, but they can't do anything about it. Or at least anything more than just watch, observe, and record. So that's kind of the twist in this particular organization. But they were founded during the Cold War era because of a genuine belief by Congress at the time in this setting that the Soviets would potentially use supernatural forces to spread communism, basically. Yeah. But the thing is, it's also a setting where the supernatural legitimately exists. Hi, buddy. What you doing? Hi, my boy. Want to be in the room with Daddy? What you got there? Got a coin? You know, there are times I realize just how fast I can type sometimes, because, in this whole, in that little click-clack you kept hearing, I typed about a whole paragraph. Alright, how long... I want each section to be about the same length, so I should be shooting for about 849 words per section. What's up, bud? You got a coin? Is it Atlantis coin? It can be a coin if you want. I mean, it's got Bowser Jr. on it, so I mean... Hey, buddy. Oh. Hey, buddy, don't put that in the printer. It's not coin operated. Yeah, Spirit City's a nice little task thing. I really like it because it encourages you to take breaks and not just hammer at something until it's done because you're going to burn yourself out that way. Hey, buddy, can I have that? Buddy, that needs to stay in here. I should have put that away when I was cleaning up in here earlier. Hello? Hi, Bubba. New DLC? Yes, actually, it is. I think there's about 3 DLCs now. There's the base game, there's a kitchen DLC, there's a transportation DLC, and now there's the garden DLC, which I can't remember if it was last month or March when that released. But it's new. Okay, yeah, it was in March. I was right. I just couldn't remember if it was April or March. But I knew it was fairly new. Like, I have... Oh, speaking of spirits, I got a new spirit. Let's see what we got. Is it going to be a flask? Oh, it's adorable! It's a little potion! With a magic wand! New spirit discovered. Potionista. Okay, we're equipping him immediately. Well, her, them, somebody. It is so cute. Potionista, where are you? I don't want the jam jar. I don't even like jam all that much, come to think of it. Colors. Okay, we got black. This is the color. This is the color we're going with. Alright, let's set ourselves up so we can attract another spirit. Stepping out to breathe some fresh air. Okay. Betting it's going to be... Alright, probably something in regards to stretching, because it mentions stretching your legs. And what is the activity? Uncramping the legs. Catching some air. So I'm betting wind is going to be involved. Oh. Nope. No snowstorm. Soothing wind, smooth rain. Keyboard typing, not keyboard typing. Nope. Oh, mooing. It's going to be the cows. The cows! Yes, it looks like a violin. Exactly! But yes, it's a little bloodbutt. But yeah, uncramping the legs, that means it's stretching. Stopwatch. Yep. Hey buddy, what you got there? Got there. Look. I don't think mommy would want you messing with that, Baba. thought I cleaned it up enough. Apparently not. But yeah, it does look like a little vial of blood. Well, good thing about doing an audio story is I don't necessarily have to do proofreading so long as I can read what I wrote. I hear someone coming upstairs? No. Oh, that was my son. I'm gonna go see what he's doing real fast, make sure he's not getting into too much trouble. Alright. But yeah, it's been like, it was in the 80s yesterday, it was in the 90s today. Actually, what's the temperature right now? It is 90 right now. Ugh. Disgusting. Way too hot here. Oh!
Thank you for your contribution to Corvid Communications.
Busy! Thank you for the daily sacrifice. Welcome in. Thank you for the 3-stream streak, by the way. Always happy to see a familiar face. Welcome back. We're playing Spirit City while I do some writing today. Little Cawthorn's kind of been in and out. We unlocked a new spirit, by the way. This little cutie right here. It's like the other ink thing, but it's red. Well, it can be red. It's okay. Thank you for the daily sacrifice.
Thank you for your contribution to Corvid Communications.
And honestly, like, it's not that big a deal. I'm gonna be honest, the daily sacrifice is mostly for people who, like, can't really be active in chat. Uh-oh. Looks like something else is wrong with the mix-it-up thing. Because it should be keeping track of your sacrifices and putting how many you've done. I'll have to work on that later. Actually, you know what? You can't exactly see what my screen is, so I'm going to go ahead and fix it right now. Alright. Go to mix it up. Currencies, isn't it? Currency rank inventory. Oh, okay. So it got rid of my... Okay. Yeah, it kept track of mine before. It's just before then it would... Alright, you don't get this on. There we go. Alright, Twitch channel points. Daily sacrifice. Test. Oh, there we go. Now it's working.
Thank you for your contribution to Corvid Communications Incorporated.
Well, that's the thing. It was working, and then suddenly it had a conniption, and it didn't wipe my commands, but it wiped some of my other settings. But it's working now. I was actually just doing that to test to make sure that the integrated throwing system's working. It sounds like he's getting in the fridge. I'm gonna go look. Okay, there we go. Lol, my favorite place to get into is the fridge. Too, little Cawthorn. Sacrifices must be... Yes, sacrifices must be made. Unfortunately, the only one sacrificing is me! Speaking of, tonight's leftover night, so I should probably determine what I'm going to feed him tonight. He has leftover fancy ramen, though. I'm probably going to give him that. I need to decide whether I want chicken pot. The Prince of Darkness. Hold up. This requires special read.
The Prince of Darkness requests snackies. Can I have a snacky? I gotta go to Void.
That just reminded me of that sound bit. Alright. Hi. Hi, Bubba. What you doing? Putting on a shirt. He's not putting on a shirt. You people are funny. I love this little community I've built. Sparse though it is.
I was born Is it a compliment? That was not.
You want the sunglasses? You know what? I don't blame you. It's bright outside. Oh, looks like he hears Mommy come home. Facts, though. We be little, we be super... Yes, you are! Oh, here's Mommy. Here's Mommy. Hi, Lovey.
Audacity that other drivers have.
What happened?
Okay, you know how the roundabout is like a real situation for people?
Yeah?
Okay, if we are to take the roundabout from our house to get to the main road,
Yeah?
we pass by the school, which I think is why there's like the concrete median in the middle
Mm-hmm.
is so like traffic flow, which involves the roundabout.
Right.
Someone was leaving the parking lot today and they went left. They didn't even try and go right with the rest of the road. And I was going this way and they were also going this way in this lane. And I like looked at them and I was like, what? And they did this to me. What? Audacity.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he agrees with you. For context, for those of you who don't know, there's a well, most people probably don't know. There's a roundabout that basically some people in our neighborhood often drive the wrong way through. Yes, they should be. I agree with you. We also have, like, anything in the fridge?
I was going the right way.
Alright. But yes. People who don't know. Yeah? Alright. Let me read up. Yes, preach, Lady Cup. Alright. It has an E at the end. You're right, Dizzy. But anyway. Let's how dare they? Drivers be slacking in the brain department should be offered up as sacrifices. People who don't know how to drive scare me the most. As someone knowing how to drive, this is so true. Driving in the morning when everyone's leaving for work or after they get off work is terrible, but it's really bad when you aren't expecting people to be driving at like 10 a.m. and they're just all over the place and not following basic road rules. Yes, it is awful, and I've made no... I'm not keeping this. Yeah, but he can still be in the room, potentially, so that's why. So let's get you on here, since you're in the room. Here you go. That's not me as a bird. That's just a bird.
Also, I acknowledge I'm not a good driver. I would never tell anyone I was a good driver. But like, what the actual hell?
Yeah, I agree with you, because that's just... Seriously, like, we have a road that people are not supposed to turn left out of. I have seen people count left countless times, and whenever I see that, I, as I call it, give them the appropriate salute. One middle finger, raised up high and proud. Same thing when I see people going the wrong way at that roundabout, which is unfortunately frequent. Like, seriously, what the heck? Like, you always go right at a roundabout, and if the thing tells you no left turn, you don't make a left turn. Actually, what's really, really funny, though, is that...
Imagine if it was a one-way street.
Yeah. Jared, 19. Who's Jared, 19? But, yeah, like, I think I've said this before, but we live in Utah, which... Yes, it's unfortunate because of not only the AI data center thing, which pisses me off furiously. It's a reference to okay, I was not allowed to watch Vines growing up, so I do not know Vine references a whole lot. I've learned some because of Mrs. Cawthorn. What? I didn't even know what Vine was.
That boggles my mind. That's because of how me central I
Yes, I am in Mormon Central, and unfortunately, there are just as many bad drivers as there are Mormons. But yeah, what really gets my goat about it is the fact that there was a policeman who like just wrote up a bunch of like warning tickets for us parking the wrong way of the road. And mind you, the one way you're supposed to park is probably the most inconvenient way for... I didn't say I was too young because I would have cried. Yeah, I'm 31.
Oh.
I was once with it, but then what it was changed, and now what is it seems new and scary. It'll happen to you.
It already happened. I'm not as old as you.
I was gonna say he's probably older than a lot of you. Fairly true. That's probably
They're
true.
supposed to be
Yeah, bay leafs are an ingredient. You're supposed to take them out, though, but I couldn't find it when I was serving it. I thought I caught it. Miss Cawthorn's leftovers of the day is chicken gumbo, which...
might be other stuff.
Oh. Not gonna date myself, but sadly I am older. Yeah, that's fine. You're welcome here just as much as anyone is.
If you're fine with being called like-
Yes, if you're fine with being called slightly old, if Mrs. Cawthorn ever catches wind of your age.
Actually, it's not even everyone. It's just you.
That's true. No, you've called my dad old.
But not as old as you. You're ancient.
But anyway. Yes. We age with grace indeed. True facts. But anyway. Yes, that is true. But as I was saying, like, there was a police officer who had just wrote a bunch of warning tickets. I think it was like mid-April, I want to say. And it was just warning us about parking the wrong way. But it's like, okay, one side of the road is pretty much all fire line. So, like, you can't park there. It's completely illegal to do so. And most of the people who are parking are going the exact opposite way of the direction that you're technically supposed to park. So it's like, okay, you want everyone to make like a 3-point turn. I feel like that's going to create more problems.
It created a problem because the first time I came home and I 3-point turned my way into it, somebody honked at me and someone angrily drove behind me.
Yeah, that.
After everyone got ticketed.
Yeah, and then of course they also sent an email to the complex saying, oh, there's going to be more police presence. Considering the frequency of people still turning left and people still going the wrong way in the roundabout, I feel like that was a load of bullshit. That our frustrations with law enforcement are a subject for another time. But that's just kind of the thing. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh yes, they're always present, except when you actually need them. Alright. We've been live for about an hour. We're going to go... He hasn't eaten yet. I was going to feed him after stream. No. But we're probably going to call it a night anyway. Yes, this is a safe space to say cops suck. Like I said, I play up the corporate overlord angle, but that is because I am making fun of everything I don't like about corporate culture. So, we're going to go ahead and close up for the evening. I'm going to find someone to raid out to, and... Alright, let's get my theme back on. Let's get Mrs. Cawthorn back up, because she's home. I think I've actually gotten almost another section done. So, we're going to go ahead and raise out to... Who is live right now? Oh, Gel's on. I'm going to send you Gel's way. They're playing Dying Light 2. Anyway, thank you everyone so much for joining me this evening. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I have been Calvin Cawthorn, and as always, at Corvid Communications, we won't leave you eating crow. Have a good